All right, now we're gonna interview our first guest. Now we know that the youth these days, they're all up on their Twitter and their Facebook. It's either liking this particular thing, or or something the friend's doing, or retweeting a thought, by celebrities and etc. etc. You know what the drill.
Exactly. It's no surprise that even the NGOs have taken their social causes into the social media sphere in hopes of reaching out to the Gen Y.
But has these bombardments of causes and messages really struck a chord with them, or has it just become another event or banner hanging on around with people just commenting on it but no action?
Are social causes relevant to the youth of Malaysia? Well, the people of SAYS.my say yes, and is spearheading the effort through the Social Good 2.0 campaign.
Joining us this morning is our guest. We have with us I'm sorry, I don't have
Samuel Wee, who is the general manager of SAYS.my, and also Kimberley Chong, who is the community manager of SAYS. Good morning and welcome to the show. Now, this is actually very interesting. You're using. Okay, we do know that a lot of people actually do use social media to reach out to to the youth nowadays, and pretty much to anybody. Almost all NGOs out there have like a Facebook page where you can like. Now, how is this different from that, actually?
All right, so SAYS.my, probably I just give a bit of introduction on what SAYS.my is all about. So we're a community of about 360,000 Malaysian social media users that just love sharing stuff on Facebook and on Twitter. I think since the dawn of time, people like sharing stuff a lot. I think probably last time over the fence, and right now probably at Mama. But in recent years and recent months, maybe like a lot on Facebook. So you find something and you want to share, and then you just post it on Facebook. So like you eat something, and then you, oh, it's so cool, I want to share something, and it's that. So what we do is that we work with like a lot of major advertisers already. So every major advertiser does work with us, and essentially what we help is that we help the advertisers connect with users on the social media platform. So what we do essentially is that our social media users share a message, and essentially they get paid for that.
So that's some form of an incentive.
To share something. So what happens is with social good is that we say, hey, you know what? There's probably a lot of things happening on social media. There's a lot of things. How do you grab attention away from probably like advertisers or people just sharing stuff? And how do you give NGOs, non-profits like a chance, right? A chance. And that's what Social Good 2.0 is all about.
I see.
All right. Okay, but so essentially you're bridging the gap between these social causes by NGOs and of course the social media platform people there. But how does it translate to action though? Because like we mentioned in our intro, people read stuff, people comment on stuff, but does it actually translate to action? People donating money, or people actually taking time out to go, volunteer
and
stuff like that? How do you see that translating over?
So what we really hope to do is that at the moment we've got about 30 NGOs and we are featuring them on our platform. So users.
So basically what happens is that we create the campaigns and make them shareable.
So you guys actually create the campaign. So the NGO will be like, you know what? I've got these puppies that need a home. Let's just say,
SPCA.
All right, so SPCA. And then you'll be like, okay, great. I know a campaign that can work.
So we will come up with the mechanism of how to make this shareable. The same goes for the advertisers, example brands. We make them. We create the campaigns for them. We make them shareable. So this is the same thing as we do it for social causes instead. So we make them shareable. Like. We put up pictures of puppies, cats, things like that. Who wants to adopt a pet, for example. And once we create the campaign, these campaigns can be shared all across Twitter, across Facebook, and it's on the mainstream. So when people see it, it's actually their friends recommending to another friend instead of
some complete stranger, because people, it's like word of mouth and other words.
Really word of mouth.
So how this translates is that when it's a recommendation, people have there is more power in the advertisement.
It's like a referral, basically.
Exactly. So rather than just a lot of NGOs having like a page, now they have a lot of people all around social media. Like in this content stream, like their friends are talking about it. So people that probably won't naturally, for example, SPCA, go and type SPCA on the Facebook tab, search. Now they see it coming out. So we're really helping these NGOs reach out to the social media users of Malaysia.
Okay. Now you say you've SAYS.my has about 300 odd, 300,000 odd, members right now. What's the response so far to Social Good 2.0? You know, how much interest has been generated?
I think it's been
so
very good.
far, because we just launched it recently.
When exactly did you?
Last Friday.
Oh, last Friday.
So that was the 9th of September.
Yeah.
So far, we've generated about over 20,000 unique visits to about 8 NGOs so far. So we expect it to increase over time when more members come on, when more people share with others. So it just adds on. It just snowballs.
I see. Now, I mean, you guys have been around for quite some time. Why start Social Good 2.0 now? What took so long?
Interesting.
Good question. So, like, I think we are actually the first one in the market actually coming up with something like this to harness what we call people power. So, like, I think the power is surely shifting back to the people, where people decide what gets shared on Facebook, people decide what gets shared on Twitter. So we are the first in the market. We've been running this for about 2 years. And then we said, hey, you know what? We've done this so well for all the advertisers. Why not give back to social causes? Why not give back to something that's good? And so it's our sort of way. I'm not sure whether you want to tell me like a CSR movement or what, but it's our sort of way of just really giving back to good causes and making sure that they have a voice as well on the social media platform.
Now, you mentioned just then CSR. So, okay, I want to assume back with SAYS.my, your advertisers would have to pay because it's some form of an advertising space. However, for NGOs, where usually they're non-profit, everything's for a good cause, charity and all that, do they need to pay for this little campaign? Or is it
not at all.
out of the goodness of your heart?
Not at all.
Really?
So I think probably a question that you might question, so how do you get people to start sharing NGO campaigns?
Right.
So, and what we've done, so typically for our advertisers, we actually like reward people cash. So, but for Social Good 2.0, we've given out a bunch of prizes, about 60,000 ringgit
like
worth.
iPads, iPhones, and things like that.
Oh, okay. Now, where do you get the funds from all that, though? You know, if you're not charging the NGOs.
It's actually coming,
It's
from
coming out
our
of
company.
out of SAYS.
Yeah.
Oh, so it is essentially a CSR program
If you like to tell me that way, yeah.
And people can also make money out of this? Is that how it works as well?
Yes. So typically our model, so when you share brand campaigns, whenever you get a unique link. So what happens, you post it up on Facebook, you post it on Twitter, when people click on it, every time, the more people click on your link, the more sort of credit, like cash, gets accumulated into your account. And you can cash it out once you reach a certain sum.
I see. Okay.
Okay, now for each NGO that you create this campaign around or create it for, are they one-off or is it like a long-term partnership? Now, how does that work? And do they need to meet a certain type of criteria? Because it's expenditure on your behalf. You know, you're going to have to fork out the money for the prizes. You know, there's a lot of manpower done in creating the campaigns. Now, these NGOs, do they have to have or meet certain criteria before you decide that, okay, you know what, we're going to take and spearhead this and champion your cause?
It's really simple. Actually, all they really need is a website, just a platform. And from then on, we actually take everything from there. We are the ones who create the campaign because it's all on our platform, on SAYS.my. We do plan to take this long term to actually, we actually want to engage more and more NGOs in Malaysia because I feel like a lot of them really are not heard of. I mean, we think of like the really big ones, maybe for example WWF, I'm sure a lot of people have heard of them. And they're also the smaller ones which do not have enough funds to run campaigns like this. So essentially what we want to do is that we really want to help them out, and alongside with our brand advertising, we also want to help the social causes.
Now, do they have to be registered NGOs or anybody with a good cause?
Anybody with a good cause.
All right. Okay.
So a lot of grassroots movements, which they might not be an NGO, but they say, we're doing something really good. So I've actually got a friend, he likes to gather groups of people and they just go to really the rural areas and help them build stuff. So I think that the first thing they did, they went to build a toilet. And he had like about 40 or 50 people actually went to help them build a toilet.
All right. Well, that leads to a question of mine, is that do you have a way of authenticating that this is a genuine sort of social good type of movement? Do you have?
What we'll do is we'll do our background check. Definitely. So what we do is we go through all these movements, NGOs that come. What we do is just screen them through and to see whether they pass.
Yeah, we contact them directly.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Now, currently, how many NGOs do you have ongoing at Social Good 2.0, and what are their causes? So maybe we can channel some of our viewers to go and share them.
Currently on the Social Good page itself, there are 8 running campaigns. So we have WWF, we have
what
World
are
Vision.
they? Could you just elaborate a little bit about what are the campaigns all about?
Okay, for example, there's the SPCA campaign. That one is about adoption. So who wants to adopt a cat? Who wants to adopt a dog? Basically a pet, right? And then we have World Vision to help a child, help sponsor a child.
Yes.
So anyone who is willing to sponsor a child, they can just click on the campaign, visit the World Vision site, and donate to sponsor a child. So there are a bunch of campaigns that we're actually about to launch as well, apart from that 8. The lineup should be, it reaches up to 30. And from here on, we actually hope that more NGOs out there who hear about this will actually come back to us and say, you know what, we want to spread awareness about our cause and really contact us, because we will be more than willing to
So
spread
Social Good 2.0 actually lasts for 6 weeks.
Okay,
this run.
so that's the period that
That's
they can
the period.
campaign period.
But after that, we hope to make it a permanent feature on SAYS.my, where any NGO can just come and say, hey, you know what, we don't have the funds, but we want to harness our social media, and they will get to work with us on creating a campaign to use the platform.
All right, so all you have to do is actually just log on to www.yes.my, and then you can go on to check out the Social Good 2.0 campaign, which is currently running. There are 8 NGOs concurrently running their campaigns now, and you can choose one, or you can just donate to all.
Exactly, or you can choose to share it with your friends on Facebook or wherever.
Win some prizes.
Win some prizes. If that's not an incentive enough, just do it for the good, warm feeling in your heart. Once again, the website is www.says.my/socialgood. Thank you very much, Sam.
Thank you, Sam.
For being on the show.
Thank you, Kim.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.